Hello everyone, this is Mudra Surve and we are going to start with the subject microprocessor. Our unit 1 is 8086 16-bit microprocessor. So before going to start the 8086 microprocessor, we need to understand that what is microprocessor. So as we know, microprocessor is nothing but an integrated circuit. That it means it's nothing but a small chip, or we can say it's an integrated circuit that contain or that perform all the functions of central processing unit. Okay, so it can perform all the functions or all the operations of central processing unit, so we can call it as a microprocessor. So 8086 is nothing but a 16-bit microprocessor and was created by Intel in 1978. Like the pin configuration of 8086 microprocessor, the 8086 microprocessor also contain 14 pins dual in line. As here said that like 8085 microprocessor, 8086 also 14 pin, so it is also 14 pins dual in line. Dual in lines means what? ICच्या दोन्ही साईडला 20 असे टोटल 40 पिन्स IC आहे, so that's why we can call it as a dual in line 40 pin IC. So now the features of 8086 microprocessor. So these are some basic features of 8086 microprocessor, that is processor size. As we just said that 8086 is a 16-bit microprocessor, so processor size is 16-bit processor. Then second is address bus. So 8086 has total 20-bit address bus. So like what address bus can do? So as we said that it's at 20-bit address bus, so if we make 2 raised to 20 is nothing but 1 MB, so it can access 1 MB of memory. Then speed of the processor, if you go through the speed of the microprocessor 8086, then it has 3 versions. At first is 8086 is depends having 5 megahertz frequency. Then 8086 2, it's having 8 megahertz of operation of frequency. Then 80861 is 10 megahertz of frequency of operation. So it's having about the speed of processor. Then next is 8086 has 16-bit address lines. So 16-bit means 2 raised to 16 is equal to 64K. So 8086 can access up to 64K IO devices or IO ports. So these are some basic features of 8086, that is nothing but a processor size, address bus, address lines, then speed of processor. Then these are some special features of 8086 microprocessor, that's it is pipeline processor. जसं की इथं बोलले की pipeline processor म्हणजे काय? So whenever 8086 is going to execute the program, that time it's first fetch the instruction, then do the operation and then execute the operation. Okay, means one by one it can fetch the instruction, execute the operation, and also nextly it again fetch next instruction. So line wise एक्झिक्युशन होतं, त्यामुळे 8086ला पाईपलाईन प्रोसेसर बोललेला आहे. देन नेक्स्ट इज 8086 युजेस मेमरी बँक्स. सो 8086 मेमरी बँक्स यूज करतं. देन नेक्स्ट इज इट ऑपरेट्स इन 2 मोड्स. आता 8086 आहे 2 मोड्समध्ये ऑपरेट करतं. सो फर्स्ट मोड इज युअर मिनिमम मोड अँड सेकंड मोड इज युअर मॅक्सिमम मोड. सो व्हॉट इज मीन बाय मिनिमम मोड? सो इन मिनिमम मोड द ऑपरेशन डिपेंड्स ऑन ओनली वन प्रोसेसर. ओके, म्हणजे एकच प्रोसेसर असतो, त्याला बोलतो आपण मिनिमम मोड. आणि मॅक्सिमम मोड म्हणजे काय, तर 8086 सोबत अजून दुसरा कुठला तरी किंवा मल्टिपल प्रोसेसर वर्कमध्ये असतात, त्याला बोलतो आपण मॅक्सिमम मोड. सो दीज आर सम स्पेशल फीचर्स ऑफ 8086 मायक्रोप्रोसेसर. देन नेक्स्ट इज दिस इज मिसलेनियस फीचर्स. सो इट includes interrupts. 8086 has total 256 vector interrupts. Then register is nothing but 14 or 16-bit register. Then instruction set, there are huge of instruction sets having in 8086. It can support arithmetic, logicals, also string related operations. Then data size for ALU. ALU is nothing but your arithmetic logical unit. So it can perform operation on bit, byte, that is your bit is nothing but your 8-bit data, then 16-bit data, then block of data. So it will work on various sizes of data. So this is all about the features of 8086. Then next point is pin diagram of 8086. So in this image I am going to show you the pin diagram of 8086. That is, it's having total 40 pins, 20 in right hand side and 20 in left hand side. So we can call this as a 8086 is 40 pin dual in line package. Okay, so total 40 pins are there. Pin number 24 to pin number 31. As you shown here, there are two names for each pin. So these names indicate that when microprocessor acts in maximum mode or when microprocessor work in minimum mode, that time these pins are used. Okay, this is also the functional pin diagram. So whatever the pins are here, that are combined here, okay, according to their function. So pin description, if you go through the pin description of 8086 microprocessor, then there are total 6 types of pins present in 8086. So first are supply pins, that is 3 in out of 40 pins there are 3 pins of supply pins. First is your VCC, then 2 of ground. Then clock related pins, 3 pins are clock related, that is first one is clock, then the reset and ready. Then address and data pins, total 21 pins are there for address and data, out of which AD0 to AD15 are multiplexed with address and data. Then A16 to A19, it's also for address pins, and BHE bar and S7. Then interrupt pins, there are 2 pins of interrupt, that is NMI and INTR. Then test bar, MN or MX, that is minimum maximum, or RD bar. These are the 3 control pins, and remaining 8 pins, just now I said, this is using for minimum and maximum mode. According to their mode, these pins will work. So now we are going to see one by one working of each pin. Okay, so first is supply pins. So right now VCC is your first pin. Okay, it is nothing but your pin number 14. VCC is your pin number 14. So what is meant by VCC? It is nothing but the supply voltage. So for this microprocessor we are going to give plus 5 volt supply at this pin. Okay, then VSS is nothing but your ground pin. So there are 2 pins of ground having in 8086 microprocessor, that is pin number 1 and 20. So this pin act as a ground, and we can say it as a VSS. Then AD0 to AD15, pin number 2 to 16 and pin number 39. These are multiplex address and data pins. At a time they will be acts as a address line, or maybe they will be acts as a data line. So these are multiplex pins. Then A16 to A19, or we can call it as a S3 to S6. So these pins are multiplex with address lines as well as status signal. So what is meant by status signal? Suppose we give 2 pins, that is S3 and S4, that is nothing but your A16 and A17. So as we know, there are 4 segments in 8086 microprocessor. We are going to study in further, that is extra segment, stack segment, code segment and data segment. So based on the status of S3 and S4 pin, we need to know that which segment is currently accessed by the microprocessor. So ह्या S3 आणि S4च्या जे पिन्स आहेत त्या पिनचं जे स्टेटस बघून आपल्याला समजेल की मायक्रोप्रोसेसर करंटली कोणती सेगमेंट आहे ही ॲक्सेस करतोय. ओके, सपोज जर दोन्ही S3 आणि S4 00 असतील, सो इट इज नथिंग बट युअर ES इज एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट. देन S3 0 असेल, S4 1 असेल, so it is stack segment. If S3 is 1 and S4 is 0, so we can call this as a cold segment, or it's nothing but idle. Then if both are 1 1, then it is nothing but your data segment. So this is the status signal. Also the S5 and S6 is there. So suppose 8086 having some interrupt. So the presence of interrupt will going to show you by enabling the S5 pin. So S5 pin enables when there is a presence of interrupt signal in microprocessor. Okay, so these are the status signal, or we can say address lines multiplex with status signal. Then this BHE bar comma S7, it is one of the important pin in 8086 microprocessor. In your exam you may get questions on what is the working of BHE bar or S7 pin. Okay, so it is important. So BHE stands for bus high enable. So combination of this BHE bar and S7 status inform that the existence of data on bus. म्हणजे आपल्या बसवरती डेटा किती अवेलेबल आहे ह्याचं जे काही स्टेटस असेल हे BHE बार सिग्नल और S7 जे पिन आहे ते आपल्याला दाखवतं. म्हणजे काय, आता डेटा किती अवेलेबल आहे म्हणजे काय, देर आर डिफरंट कॉम्बिनेशन. ओके, सो सपोज युअर डेटा हा 16 बिट ओव्हरऑल आहे की 8 बिट असा आहे. सो हे जे काही स्टेटस असेल डेटाचं ते तुम्हाला BHE बार और /S7 पिन शो करतं. सपोज BHE is 0 and S7 is 0. So what we can say, all 16-bit data will be assessed. There it's having 16-bit data on your bus and all is assessed. Okay, then if your BHE is 0 and S7 is 1, then upper byte will be assessed. Suppose data is 16-bit but only upper byte will be assessed. Then BHE जर 1 असेल तो we can say that then BHE 1 असेल तर none, or we can say it's called as a idle state. So this is nothing but BHE bar and S7. Now next is MN/MX bar. It is your pin number 33. So what MN/MX bar, MN stands for minimum and MX for maximum. So it will show whether your processor is operating in the minimum mode or maximum mode. So for this MN or MX bar is there. A signal 0 at this pin inform that 8086 is operating in maximum mode. As you see here that MX bar, it is nothing but having bar means active low signal. So suppose this pin is 0, then it informs us that the processor is operating in maximum mode. That is nothing but multiple processors. And जर ह्या पिनवरचा सिग्नल 1 असेल, if your signal is 1, then processor is operating in minimum mode, that is a single processor. So this is all about the MN/MX bar. Then RD bar, it is your pin number 32. It is also active low pin. At this pin shows that the processor is performing read operation. RD is nothing but read. Okay, so this is also active low pin because bar is there. So it also shows that microprocessor is performing a read operation with either memory or IO device. It depends on the work of processor. Okay, but we need to only understand that if RD bar is active, so it means what, the microprocessor is performing read operation. Then CLK stands for clock. It is your pin number 19. A signal at this pin provide the timing to the internal operation that are being executed inside the processor. So जर ह्या पिनवरती सिग्नल असेल, so what they said, the signal at this pin provide timing to the internal operation. जे काही इंटरनल ऑपरेशन्स होत असतील मायक्रोप्रोसेसरच्या आतमध्ये, सो त्याला टाइम प्रोव्हाइड करण्यासाठी ह्या पिनवरती सिग्नल दिला जातो. ओके, दिस इज नथिंग बट क्लॉक पिन. देन नाव NMI. ॲज वी सीन there are two pins of interrupt in microprocessor 8086. So NMI is one of them, that is pin number 17. It is non-maskable interrupt. Okay, it causes type 2 interrupt. A subroutine is vector to via the interrupt vector lookup table located in system memory. NMI is not maskable interrupt by software. A transition from low to high on this pin initiate the interrupt at the end of the current instruction. Suppose there is a interrupt in microprocessor, then after execution of the current instruction, this pin goes from low to high. Okay, so suppose the signal on this pin is initially low, and at a certain point if the signals go high, then it means what, the microprocessor has initiated the interrupt. Okay, then test is nothing but your pin number 23. Test pin is examined by the wait instruction. If test pin is low, execution continues. Otherwise, the processor wait in an idle state. Okay. So टेस्ट पिन हे कशावर आहे की वेट इन्स्ट्रक्शन जी आहे मायक्रोप्रोसेसरची हिच्यासाठी टेस्ट पिन दिलेली आहे. जर टेस्ट पिनवरचा सिग्नल जर लो असेल, जर लो असेल तर तुमचं जे एक्झिक्युशन आहे ते कंटिन्यू होतं. and if the test pin signal is high, it means what, your microprocessor goes into idle state. Then INTR, it is nothing but your second pin of interrupt. INTR stands for interrupt request. It is maskable interrupt, level triggered interrupt, and sample during last call cycle of each instruction. This is nothing but your INTR. Then at pin number 22, the pin is ready. This signal is used by the peripherals and memory device in order to show the readiness of the next operation. Okay, so suppose your memory and your IO peripherals are ready for next operation, then this signal is used, that is ready signal. Then reset, it is pin number 21. Whenever this pin is enabled, then it reset the processor and other devices connected to the system by immediately terminating the reset task. Okay. आता जसं की रिसेट म्हणजे तुम्हाला मला माहितीच आहे सगळ्यांना की रिसेट म्हणजे काय असतं. जर रिसेट पिन आपण प्रेस केला तर ऑब्व्हियसली आपला मोबाईल असेल किंवा लॅपटॉप असेल हा इमिजिएटली रिसेट होतो. म्हणजे काही ऑपरेशन जे रनिंग असेल ते इमिजिएटली स्टॉप करून तो रिसेट होतो. तो सेम लाईक इन मायक्रोप्रोसेसर, इफ रिसेट पिन इज हाय और इफ रिसेट पिन इज इनेबल, देन मायक्रोप्रोसेसर immediately resets. Okay, it immediately reset the microprocessor as well as the peripherals connected to it. त्याच्यासोबत जे काही IO डिव्हाइसेस, इनपुट आउटपुट डिव्हाइसेस कनेक्टेड असतील ते सुद्धा रिसेट होतात. इमिजिएटली टर्मिनिंग द रिसेट टास्क. जो काही टास्क मायक्रोप्रोसेसरमध्ये करंटली वर्किंग असेल तो इमिजिएटली स्टॉप होऊन प्रोसेसर रिसेट होतो. ओके, सो इट इज अबाउट रिसेट पिन. सो नाव नेक्स्ट पिन्स आर इन minimum mode. So these pins are related to the minimum modes. The first is INTA bar. It is pin number 24. It is an interrupt acknowledge pin. Whenever an INTA signal is generated, then microprocessor generate INTA signal as a response to that interrupt. Okay, it is nothing but interrupt acknowledgement. As we know, जर समजा मायक्रोप्रोसेसरला एखादा इंटरप्ट आला, ओके, इंटरप्टची रिक्वेस्ट आली आणि ती त्याच्याकडे पोचली, जर त्याला ॲक्नॉलेज करायचं असेल तर फॉर दिस मायक्रोप्रोसेसर युजेस INTA सिग्नल. ओके, इट्स नथिंग बट ॲक्नॉलेजमेंट्स ऑफ इंटरप्ट. देन ALE इज अ ॲड्रेस लॅच इनेबल पिन्स. whenever an address is present in the multiplex address and data bus, then microprocessor enable this pin to demultiplex. आता आपण मगाशी बघितला की ॲड्रेस अँड डेटा पिन्सच्या मल्टिप्लेक्स आहेत. सो जेव्हा कधी देअर आर मल्टिप्लेक्स ॲड्रेस अँड डेटा बस इज अवेलेबल, ओके, ती जेव्हा कधी प्रेझेंट असते तेव्हा मायक्रोप्रोसेसर ALE सिग्नल इनेबल करतो टू डीमल्टिप्लेक्स द ॲड्रेस अँड डेटा पिन्स. ओके, सो दिस इज नथिंग बट युअर ALE, ॲड्रेस लॅच इनेबल. This is done to inform the peripheral and memory device about fetching of the data or instruction that memory location. Then next is DEN bar. DEN bar is nothing but data enable. This is pin number 26. It is also bar indicate this pin is active low. That means what? Whenever a 0 is present at this pin, then the transceiver get enable and separate the data from the multiplex address and data bus. आता जसं आपण बोललो की ALE पिन कशासाठी यूज करतात की मायक्रोप्रोसेसरला सपोज ॲड्रेस आणि डेटा पिन्सवर मल्टिप्लेक्स असतील तर microprocessor enable this pin to demultiplex the address and data lines. Okay, so DN म्हणजे काय, data enable. So the receiver get enable and separate the data from the multiplex address and bus. Then DT oblique R bar, this pin is pin number 27. This pin is used to show whether the data is getting transmitted or received. DT means data transmitted and R bar is nothing but received. So this pin is used to indicate whether your data is transmitted or whether your data is received. At a high signal at this pin provide the information regarding the transmission of data. जर ह्या पिनवरचा सिग्नल हाय असेल, if it is 1, then we need to understand that the data is transmitted, and if this signal is low, that is 0, it means it is nothing but the processor is doing receive operation. Okay, means data is received. So this is all about DT oblique R bar. Then next is M oblique IO, that is nothing but your memory oblique input output devices. This is pin number 28. This pin indicates whether the processor is performing an operation with memory or IO devices. So memory oblique IO bar ही पिन म्हणजे काय, तुमचं मायक्रोप्रोसेसर मेमरी रिलेटेड ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करतोय की इनपुट आउटपुट रिलेटेड ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करतोय, हे जर आपल्याला कळण्यासाठी हा पिन आहे. If your pin is high, then microprocessor is doing operation with memory, and if this pin is low, then your microprocessor is carried out operation through IO device. Okay, this is the difference. Then next is WR bar. As we see now that RD bar is read, then WR bar is nothing but write operation. It is pin number 29. An active low signal at this pin indicate that the processor is performing write operation from either memory or IO devices. Suppose this pin is low, as this is active low pin because bar is there. So this pin indicate what, the processor is performing write operation either on memory or from input output devices. So this pin indicate the write operation performing by. Then next is HOLD. It's nothing but your hold pin. It is pin number 31. When an external device enable this pin, then the processor stop accessing the buses immediately after the recent task get over. As a name indicate is to hold. So जेव्हा कधी ही पिन इनेबल असेल तेव्हा काय करतो, प्रोसेसर स्टार्ट एक्सेसिंग द बसेस. ओके, सो प्रोसेसर होल्ड इटसेल्फ, तो स्वतःला होल्ड करतो. म्हणजे काय, कुठच्याही दुसऱ्या ज्या बसेस आहेत त्या एक्सेस करत नाही. रिसेंट तो त्याचा टास्क असेल तो कंप्लीट झाल्यावरती प्रोसेसर विल होल्ड हिमसेल्फ. ओके, इट इज नथिंग बट होल्ड पिन. देन नेक्स्ट इज HLDA. इट इज पिन नंबर 30. It is used as a response pin for the hold request. Once a request for accessing the buses is produced by an external entity, then microprocessor acknowledge the device that its request will be considered once get over by the current operation. आता सपोज एखाद्या एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइसने और आता बघितलं होल्ड जो सिग्नल आहे तो एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइस इनेबल झाल्याच्या नंतर होतो. ओके, सो एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइसने जर होल्डची रिक्वेस्ट पाठवली मायक्रोप्रोसेसरला, सो इट्स नेसेसरी टू गिव्ह एक्नॉलेजमेंट फ्रॉम मायक्रोप्रोसेसर साइड. सो HLDA पिन इज यूज टू ॲज अ एक्नॉलेजमेंट फॉर होल्ड रिक्वेस्ट. ओके, सो मायक्रोप्रोसेसर जस्ट सेंड HLDA पिन, microprocessor just enable the HLDA pin to tell that external device that your request will be considered. Okay, म्हणजे काय, एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइसने समजा मायक्रोप्रोसेसरला सांगितलं होल्डची रिक्वेस्ट पाठवली, तर मायक्रोप्रोसेसर त्याचा रिस्पॉन्स म्हणून त्याला एक्नॉलेज करण्यासाठी काय सांगतो की येस, मी तुमची होल्डची रिक्वेस्ट आहे ते आय हॅव कन्सिडर्ड इट. ओके, आणि आता रिसेंट टास्क कंप्लीट झाल्यावरती आय विल वर्क ऑन इट. सो इट्स नथिंग बट युअर HLDA instruction or HLDA pin.